Welcome to TruthStream. We've got Heather Holmes from P Squared Probiotics back with us today. And after having a chance to explore some of these products, I'm completely blown away. And Heather's agreed to come back and explain some of the science behind the products. So without further ado, Heather, what can you tell us?
Thanks, guys. It's good to see you again, and I'm happy to be back.
Yeah.
Last time I was on, we had an overwhelming response to what was discussed, and really the goal here today is to kind of go through some of the science, because there are a lot of products out there, and I don't want people thinking we're making these in our garage, because we're not. There's a lot of technology behind this, but I assure you, everything that we do is produced in like ISO 9000 pharmaceutical grade, FDA approved organic facilities. So we'll just get that out of the way. So in any case, I wanted to start because you know, you guys have had a chance to use the products that we're going to go over again today. And just as a reminder for the audience, what we're going to talk about is the fact that we can create our home biodome of health through spore probiotics. And we've found a way to put them into a line of products ranging from surface cleaners, so get the good bacteria on every surface, including our bathrooms and our sinks and our floors, which helps not only you, but your children and your pets as well, to have that there. So that's a great baseline. And then one of the products I know you're going to talk about, the allergy asthma sinus spray, which is really important for people that have dust mite allergens because it eats the excrement of the dust mite. But it also, is very good to spray up your nose and your ears, but then all over your bedding, your couches, your air, helps with all the mycotoxins that we get exposed to, even takes odor out of your trash can. So that's kind of cool too, but which I did not tell you. So everything we have actually helps to control moisture. So if you're in a moist climate, this is going to help you a lot. And actually, if you think about it, even in a dry climate, if you're out west, in Arizona and so forth, or Nevada in particular, you are dealing with a lot of dust. I know because I lived in Arizona for 12 years and it just piled up on my stuff, I swear, right after I cleaned it. Dust mites feed off of dead skin, about 1.5 pounds a year that we shed. So it's a lot. And so you can't get away from the dust mite. That's why that sinus spray is so important because, as I mentioned, it eats the excrement of the dust mite, which is what people are allergic to. So it doesn't matter whether you're in a moist climate or a dry climate, but I wanted to make the point that these products do help to control moisture, and in damp environments, it's accessible. It's very hard. You get a lot of mold, you get a lot of mildew. And these products do a wonderful job of helping to go to the source of those things, to help you not only eliminate it, but to control it as well. So big benefit there. But anyway, in this biodome of health, we have an epidemic, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit, because of the lack of good bacteria that we have. And we are in such dire straits that there's not enough diverse bacteria left anymore. So they're trying to collect in Ethiopia out of stool samples and things, just to try to figure out what's missing and how they can get good bacteria back. And so 14 years ago when I started this company and had this field of dreams idea, little did I know how devastating it has been to our environment. All of the overuse of antibiotics and antibacterials and hand gel that increased exponentially during COVID. And when I say we are in dire straits, there's not an antibiotic left. There really isn't an antibiotic left. You get a simple cut and you can die from it. You get a wound. So I'm not making this stuff up. There's enough information out there. You can do some research, and it is corroborated what I'm saying right now. And wounds have it, you and I were talking about that, Scott, before we went on, is the increase in wounds is mind-boggling for people, again, because antibiotics are not taking care of these things. And this isn't just in humans, this is in animals also. And all of our livestock. And one of the reasons antibiotics are used so much is because these animals get abrasions and cuts, and their teeth get dry, and like all of these things. So the first line of defense has been, let's stick an antibiotic in there. Well, we know that that gets into the food supply and everything we eat as far as vegetables and all of our meats. And really, that has not helped us in any way at all. We have 70+% of the population with autoimmune disease and climbing. And when I say we're in dire straits, we're in dire straits in many different ways. But in particular, of what we're going to talk about today is the fact that the more places that you can actually populate good bacteria, it will only help you. And that is exactly what our products do, is they populate the good bacteria in all the areas that are crucial for your health. And those are, in particular, the surfaces that you touch, the air that you breathe. We talked about both of those things just a minute ago. Your skin, which absorbs 80% of what it comes in contact with, and your mouth, which is the gateway to your brain and your gut health. And think about that for a second. So, plaque, we know what plaque is. Everybody knows what plaque is. Its other name is biofilm. So, plaque breaks off and it goes into your gut and causes all sorts of issues, including major inflammation. And then it goes actually to your brain and it goes to your heart. So it is systemic in your body. So if you're not taking care of your oral health, this is particularly why a lot of people get dementia and Alzheimer's, because of the oral care that was lacking, the plaque that's in the mouth, the plaque that is broken off and gone to the brain. They know that it's Alzheimer's plaque. So that didn't just miraculously like appear in your brain and sit dormant in there. It had to have gotten there some way. So this is a very plausible thing to think about, and the importance of using probiotics to get probiotics in your mouth to regulate your microbiome. In other words, to get rid of biofilm plaque and help with dental caries, gingivitis, all sorts of gum disease. We've had reports. Again, I don't make any claims. I'm going to tell you what people say. Remineralizing teeth. And
Wow.
I think the reason that is happening is because it's kind of like people that have reported to us that have gone through cancer, and Randy Alexander, who's a dear friend and I've been on shows with, who battled a rare form of cancer that only 100 people in the world had, um, which is amazing. He's still here to even talk and be alive and be active and such. But he was cleaning his surfaces when he was going through chemotherapy. And I didn't know him at the time. He had found us and he was cleaning. And he tells me to this day that he feels that having a truly clean environment that his body is not fighting against, because quite frankly, there's not one product you can clean with other than ours that is going to the microscopic level and eliminating that biofilm plaque, which is on literally on every single thing around you, including your skin and up your nose and everywhere. But he felt that his body was able to start healing itself. So get this, when I say this, it's not the probiotics healing you, it's the probiotics creating a balanced microbiome environment. And if bacteria is not working against you and is working for you, your body is able to heal itself and do miraculous things. So anything that we have to help us in our health should be doing the exact same thing. It's not that it's necessarily healing you, it's that it's creating an environment where your body can heal itself. So, with that being said, I'm going to get into the presentation. So, if can you share, like, what do
Yeah.
I do? Do I hit?
Oh, I think I just have to allow you to
You have to allow me.
screen here. There we go.
Okay. All right. And
Now
then,
give that a shot.
then I have to share. Here we go. Isn't there another? Oh, here we go. Okay.
Ta-da.
All right.
There it is.
So I don't know if I'm on like the first page or not. Let me see.
It says to achieve
Oh,
a
yeah.
healthy environment.
Okay. Yeah. So this is really important because we have to understand that the bacterial world is much stronger than us. Everything begins and ends with bacteria. There is no getting around that. And every disease and infection begins with bacteria. So what are you guys laughing at?
Joe just made a bad joke.
I made a bad joke. I
Oh
thought
no.
Bro, dad joke.
No, yeah, it was okay. You know the Madonna song, "I'm living in a material world,"
Yeah.
and then I thought a bacterial world, but that wasn't really supposed to be.
Oh, I love it. Maybe we'll have to like get the rights to that
Yeah,
song or
I have a
something.
lot of dad jokes, and I'm not even a dad.
So
Make it
anyway,
classic. Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Anyway, back to your presentation.
Okay, but bump. So the other thing is, no matter what you do, no matter what you think about killing bacteria, because I have to correct people, like even even people that have been using our products for a long time still say, I feel so good that I can kill the I'm like, we don't kill anything. Like, you do not want to kill bacteria because you just make it stronger. And why wouldn't you want to use something that helps you create bacterial balance? Because if you know that bacteria is balanced, everything gets healthier and easier in your life from a health perspective, then why wouldn't you want to do that? And the only way to actually stay clean, be truly clean, is to remove that biofilm plaque that I was talking about. So, oh God, please tell me that this is gonna, I don't know. You know what? I think, I don't know how to get, oh, I may just be talking to you may not see science because I don't know like why this isn't moving.
Where the next well, do you want to, you could stop the share and then maybe find it and we just kind of smooth
Yeah,
it.
we can
share
talk
each
while we're
one.
doing that.
Yeah, share
I think
each
that's
one,
how
that's
it
fine.
works with Zoom.
I mean, we could take a few minutes in between and talk Madonna songs or something.
Yeah, we can sing
Or
too.
not. I mean, I'm
Too bad they can't see us dancing. Like that would be fun too. No, I'll just kind of talk through the science a little bit since we can't see it today, and it would be great to see it, but I don't personally know why it was working before I got on here and it's not working now.
I think if
I'm
you open each slide and then share it, and then each time, then it'll be effective. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, or
Okay,
you could
well,
talk
we'll
to
see
us
if
and
You just have to share them one at a time,
Yeah.
like an image.
all right.
Well,
We'll see if we can get there. But so there was actually a 4-year hospital study done with our probiotic cleaning. So it's nice because we were able to see the longevity, and what was discovered was truly miraculous. So they did the study alongside their traditional cleaning versus probiotic cleaning, and what they found is that versus traditional cleaning, we had a 96% reduction overall, consistently over 4 years, in what's called the nosocomial infection. A nosocomial infection is an infection like MRSA, staph, something like that, that you acquire in hospital. So hospitals try to avoid them at all costs. And the reason is, if you acquire a nosocomial infection in hospital, it costs almost $260,000 to that hospital to take care of you. So they're not getting reimbursed for that.
Wow.
Wow.
And we know this happens every day, right? We know these infections occur. You always hear people getting staph infections, and they're getting staph infections because they're not cleaning properly. So when you think in those terms, it's pretty amazing. The bio load, in other words, like when they tested each of the pathogens, it was like 100% effective against MRSA, 100% effective against staph, so on and so forth. So it was consistently like that over 4 years. And that's the point that I want to make here, is that, and that the study made, is that the effectiveness of the probiotics is immediate, but they're able literally to control that bacterial environment, which is truly amazing, because that's what every infection practitioner wants in the hospital. Every infection control person, if you ask them what they want in their perfect world, they want to control their bacterial environment. But they're not using our stuff because they can't get past the EPA registration. And we've spoken to the EPA, and they just don't want to address biofilm at all. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to know about it. They do know about it, but they're like, we have to create another classification, and we're not going to do that. We're just antimicrobial, kill everything, nuke everything. That's it. So if hospitals were to clean with our stuff, as this hospital study showed, we would reduce nosocomial, like you getting sick in the hospital, by 96%. Think about that.
Wow.
Being infected from the hospital, I should say. So maybe in our new 5D world or new paradigm, we can get there. Currently in this 3D environment, it's not going to happen. But if you are listening to this and you work in a doctor's office or a dentist's office, I mean, we've got a wonderful dentist in San Antonio. We have a big champion there, Angela. I'm doing a shout out to Angela. And they actually clean all the drinking lines with our stuff. And then when they do the spray in your mouth, you're getting the probiotics in the mouth. They clean all the surfaces. They have it diffusing in their waiting area. So they've really bought into this, and I sent them my ATP meter, which stands for adenosine triphosphate, but it gives you an irrefutable numeric number of cleanliness. And the higher the number, the dirtier that surface and more pathogenic biofilm is on that surface. And so they were going around before they started, and they were in the thousands and 600 and whatever. And then now after this, in some cases, they were down to 2, which is virtually sterile. But we know that's not really sterile. What it means is they managed to bacterially balance that environment, which is pretty cool when you think about it.
It's so cool.
So yeah, so we can do that
all the time if you just let it do its thing.
Yeah, just let it work for you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you clean a surface with our stuff in your house, it keeps cleaning for a whole week. And it has a cumulative effect, which we also found in the hospital study, is that over time, cleaning got easier for the staff, because now there's not biofilm. Tile goes back to its original color. Grout goes back to its original color, because you don't have all of that biofilm on there. So it's super cool to look at it. So
really
let's see,
Yeah.
before we go to something, you guys have been using
Oh yeah.
the products, and I think the viewers would probably love to hear feedback from you. And you are not paid endorsements by any means, but just what has been your experience so far, and what products have you used?
I walked in, usually where I sit, Scott had this clawfoot tub all spread out here. Yeah, I'm just kidding. No.
It's a product I'm not gonna do without now that I've discovered it. It's this really is life changing, and I don't know that I say that very often at all. But the big thing was I was struggling with my dog. She's getting on in years, and when dogs get older, they get stinky.
I can vouch for
And
that.
she was having some skin issues. I mean, she's a dog that I've only throughout her life, 2 or 3 baths a year. She didn't have an odor. She didn't really have issues. And so I've been struggling with this. And I bought this expensive shampoo that was designed to kill everything. And it just, it didn't work. I mean, it worked for about a week, and then I had to give her a bath again. And I thought, is this just a reality now? And I got a hold of the pet spray. I think this is the pet odor and itch, and I sprayed her. And my plan was to give her a bath the very next day, but it completely got rid of the odor. Like
it was surprising. And the other
instantly,
thing is,
almost, it was
yeah,
crazy.
and you can't bathe dogs that often.
No, it's bad for their skin.
No, it's not. It takes
That-
the oils off their
right.
skin.
So that
Yeah.
was because I'd come in and I, when you live somewhere and you kind of get used to it, I would come in because I'm not here that often. I mean, mainly do the show and hang out sometimes, but yeah, I would notice it. And so it was really a pleasant surprise.
Well, because I mean,
Awesome.
he knew that this was a new problem,
Yeah, we
but-
love her. I mean, she's like 14 years old.
and
Yeah.
then probiotics are big with pets. It's sort of a marketing thing now. You see probiotics added all the dog
It's a
food,
ploy. It's a ploy.
but you have
They
to
don't
keep that-
put the right probiotics in
has to
them.
be
Yeah.
alive, right? So
Yeah.
so I've been adding this to her water, and it
What's
seems
the name of that?
this one is the pet water and food additive.
Okay.
And I think she's got a little spring in her step from it. It's been 5 days, I think, 6 days, more than that even.
You know what's interesting about that is, we started in livestock. We did all of our studies in livestock for the first few years. And so they were putting a product like that into the drinking lines. And the farmers were saying, the cows are so frisky. Like, we haven't, I'm like, oh, it's frisky cows. That's really cool. So anyway, it was noticeable to the farmers as well. So I'm not surprised to hear that, honestly.
Well, then I tried the mouthwash, and my mouth has never felt that clean. It was just amazing stuff. Once you feel your mouth feeling that clean, it's really noticeable when it's not. But then I tried the hand cleaner, and I even washed my hair with it. And
What is it? The body? Are you talking about the face, hand, and body wash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just I all of the effects have been profound, and that's just sort of a rarity. I with most products, they just sort of do their thing a little bit. I usually use like Dr. Bronner's soap and whatnot, and boy, what a difference. It's phenomenal. Well,
It's weird. Isn't that weird? Like when you because I'll be out and I'll some restaurant and I'll go wash my hands in their soap, and I'm like, ew. First of all, if they have like fragrance in them, you cannot get the fragrance off your
Awesome.
hand. So
Right.
you're eating it and everything else. And you probably noticed there's no residual smell or anything on your hands afterwards.
my sister gets migraines from any kind of fragrance just really easily, and
A lot of people do.
I want to send her some of this because she's just gonna love it. And then Joe has worse allergies than he shouldn't even really be alive right now. He went to a specialist, and they said that what was the reaction? The
Well,
woman,
they did
screamed
they
or
did a
something?
test on my back, and it's like 20 pricks. This is probably like 25 years ago. And she walked back in and she goes, "Oh my God." And I'm sitting there like, and so some of the pricks, they expanded so much, the inflammation, they blended together. And I said, "Well, what is it?" She goes, "I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say anything."
I'm
But-
sorry. When you hear I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, because she didn't mean to have a reaction like that. But
Oh my God.
she said it was the second worst case of allergies she's ever seen in her life. And so
Wow.
when I got this, and I could literally spray, it says spray it up your nose. I'm like, sure, I will.
Well, you sprayed your linens, your
And yeah, I
pillowcases.
sprayed my linens. I did. I sprayed it up my nose. There's the little one, you know, that you can bring on the road, which is in my car. But
Like the
it's
little one, like that pet spray. It
yeah,
comes,
yeah.
and it also comes in that other size of that allergy spray, I think that you just showed up. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
refillable.
This sprayer to the just the way this atomizes is I'm so impressed with that.
Do you
'Cause-
want to spray it so people can see
yeah,
it?
of course.
Yeah.
It kind of
Yeah.
stays going almost like it's
It
pressurized.
smells real. Everything smells like a nice. Would it be more like a almost a peppermint or a
A little bit of mint,
a
yeah.
mint?
Spearmint.
Spearmint.
Peppermint is triggers people's allergies,
Yes, right.
and it would kill the probiotics. So almost every essential oil will kill the probiotics except for the two that we use in our products, which is organic vanilla and organic spearmint.
It's
And
lovely. Yeah.
but this is another important thing. So now you noticed you sprayed that, but it's dissipated already, right?
Completely.
Yes.
And you're not
Okay.
masking any odors. You're just eliminating the bad odors. I'm shocked at how effective it is. I'm just blown away.
Well, the point with that is that if you get a product that has essential oils in it, and that essential oil smell lingers and lingers and lingers, and it means it's not a pure essential oil. So you really like, we want to take care of it and then just stop it from having smell. But you probably have experienced too, like when you actually spray it, um, there's like there is a difference, but you cannot figure out what it is. Like
Exactly.
right? Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you just,
it's like
you
the
don't know
opposite of
what's
going into a bad bathroom. It's the whatever that is. It's the opposite. Of that.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I have a coworker, and every time he gets in his truck, he puts the hand sanitizer on.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm always wondering, what is he nipping a flask in here? You smell the alcohol every time. It gets me. But you know, I'm just thinking, there's this image of this dispenser. They were everywhere for COVID, and underneath the dispenser there was like it had eaten away the floor. It had eaten the paint off of the, you know, the powder coat off this metal stand.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, people are putting this on their skin. It just doesn't seem like a good idea.
At all.
This is
It's
very
really
bad.
not a good idea. And plus, when you use alcohol, if it's drying, but as soon as it's dry, it's not effective anymore.
Yeah.
And most people don't even know this. They think, oh, I'm slathering it on and I'm good for, all day. It's not true. And the more you apply it, the more you kill good bacteria,
And
or and the
surface
more
ready
you
for bad
enhance the bad. So you're contributing to the problem.
Right.
And anytime you clean with bleach, you're contributing to the problem and you are hurting your health. And I still have friends that I'll go to their house and I'm like, why do I see bleach here? And they're like, well, I just had this one thing that I'm like, no, just get out of that mindset, because now you've just killed the good probiotics that you put down. Like, just understand. And actually, our cleaner cleans better than bleach. I mean, it cleans where bleach can't even clean, first of all. It also is creating its own biosurfactant. So it's bioengineering the surface while it's cleaning. So you can't get anything better than that. And you could drink it. So I
Yeah.
mean, this is the crazy part. They're so healthy for you. And if you have babies, if you're going to have a cleaner under the sink, this is the safest cleaner you can have under your sink. You don't have to call poison control. You don't have to do any of that. And so, I mean, the worst that can happen is they might get a little bit of diarrhea if they had a lot of it. But other than that, it's not going to hurt them.
Well, and
So
you're not poisoning your
you're
babies
not
with
poisoning. There are no
chemical
chemicals in
additives
it.
and fumes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So super important. But you know, you I don't think you have the skin spray, but the skin spray is really good for diaper rash. If we're talking
I've
about
got
babies
pet
and
odor
putting
and
stuff.
itch. Does that
Yeah.
work for babies?
Well, it's
No,
not.
well,
It's not the
for your
same.
dog.
This is
Yeah.
great
Um,
stuff. Yeah.
But anyway,
I do.
we have a skin spray for cuts, burns, rashes, eczema, psoriasis, and what's nice about, and I put it on my blisters too if I ever get blisters, and it just relieves them and helps them, the body heal it faster. So anyway, that skin spray is really, really good for diaper rash instead of something else that you would use. And plus it's really good for the babies to get our probiotics because they'll start assimilating with their bodies and get it into their microbiome.
That's cool.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's super cool.
I had one question on this. So let's say someone has either old shoes or old, an older t-shirt that you just can't get that whatever out of. So what's the best way for that? And then also adding it to your laundry, is that a way, is there a way to like put it in with, do you put it with the detergent or just use it on its own, or what do you suggest for that? Because I haven't done that yet.
Okay. So your old shoes, definitely spray into the old shoes. Just take the allergy spray and just spray it into your old shoes. I have had one store we were in, they've since closed. They were started by the founder of Office Max, and we were all over Florida in their stores. And one of the managers played hockey, and he came in with his bag. And if you've ever smelled these shin guards,
Yeah.
holy
you play
bejesus,
hockey.
From skateboarding.
I'm like,
I used to play a
all he
lot.
did was like, it was literally like arms length away from me, and I was like, dear God, what is that?
It's awful.
And
yeah.
and so we took the spray, we sprayed him down. I sprayed it like 4 times, and we just kind of set it aside. And he goes, I can't believe this. He
Mhm.
goes, they don't stink anymore. And I was like, I can't believe it, because I didn't know what the product would be able to do. I mean, they were really bad. So I'm sure there are many other hockey players and other people in sports that have really stinky shin guards. So give
Football
this a
pads,
try, because
soccer pad, all kinds of.
Yeah.
yeah, all of that stuff. So I have reason to believe it could help your shoes. So definitely spray them. It's like the insole, if you can get the insole
Right.
out, and you could even soak the insole in the surface cleaner to get it cleaned off, and then you could just maintain with the spray. Now, as far as the washer additive, I designed that as an adjunct to your detergent, because it's very expensive if you just try to use that
Right.
as your laundry detergent all the time. So you would add it into the fabric softener dispenser. The front loading washers that have the pooling water, it just dries that all up. And people have issues with that smell and everything that comes with that. If there is, I was going to make this point earlier with your dog, about your dog too. If there is a smell, you have bad bacteria there,
Mm.
and you probably have biofilm there.
Yeah, in 14 years, she's never really had a bad smell. So this was a new thing. Perfect timing, Heather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
divine intervention. So that washer additive is amazing though, because and I'm just going to speak from my experience, and granted I own the company, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. The first time I put that in, what I noticed is it goes into the clothes in the final rinse when you put it into the fabric softener dispenser. The clothes came out fluffy, like they were fluffy. And so I put them in the dryer on low, and they come out, and they literally are just like soft, and there's no detergent residue at all. So they're not weighted down. So they literally are like fluffier.
That's fantastic.
And yeah, it's cool to see what happens with it. And it does take out like your old towels that have like mildew and that awful smell, you left them in the washing machine and forgot about them.
No
They clean that
matter
up.
how many times you wash them, you'll never get that smell out.
They
Yep.
never come out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it may take a couple washes, but it will get it out. And if you apply it directly to the towels a little bit or sheets, it'll help that. I had a bathing suit that was wet, and I shoved it in like a little zip bag
Oh yeah.
and forgot about it like all summer. And I opened it up, I was like, whoa. So I put it into the washing machine, and I did douse it with the stuff. And it came out perfect. I've had red wine stains on, I spilled them on a pair of sneakers, um, like a whole thing of wine, and I couldn't get to clean it for hours. And it took all the stains out too. And I'm not making any promises. I mean, there may be stains that it can't get out, but it doesn't hurt to try it if you've got some stains. We've gotten blood out, we've gotten, all sorts of stuff.
I didn't
Um,
know about the
I
stain.
want to go back to the skin spray for a second.
Please.
For all of us females, oh, even you guys. So jock itch helps with that. For females, your private parts, spray it, and same for you guys, spray it in your underwear. You can use it as a deodorant. So our products have a lot of different uses. The mouthwash that you liked and felt the difference with,
No, God, I love
um,
that stuff.
I said this on the last show. You can actually put it in a neti pot with some saline to clean your sinuses out. But I like a nebulizer. I like putting that into a nebulizer with some saline because the microparticles, and if it will clean out old gunk. Like Joe, for you, it would probably be the best thing in the world to do for you, with your being allergy prone and everything, is to get a nebulizer if you don't have one, and put the
I have one.
mouthwash with some.
That'll be my next thing. And yeah, you
Okay.
put it in the bed and it just mists all night, right?
Oh my God. Well,
An
this
essential
the
oil diffuser?
nebulizer usually is done with a mask. You're thinking of a vaporizer.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
but you can put it, I don't know how hot the vaporizer gets. These probiotics are a little different because they have a broad temperature range. They can go from 32 degrees to 120 degrees.
Oh,
Um, and everybody's used to kind of them being refrigerated, or because the cultures that you are exposed to in your pills, um, they are not efficacious at all. They've cooked them out of it. You don't have live probiotics, but if you have kombucha or kimchi, something like that, you're getting live probiotics. But they do require sugar to stay alive. So there's always going to be a sugar component in something like that. You need billions of them to help you. Our spore probiotics you need millions, not billions, and they actually make it through the bile system. But they, in whatever product you're using of ours, you activate them with water and they come alive. So you're always using live bacteria in your mouth, on your skin. And that's where so much of our technology comes in, so that we can keep it sleeping. That's what the patent's on, keeping it sleeping in the bottle. It also has to do with our trade secrets of how we combine the probiotics so that they actually are doing what they need to do specifically on the skin, specifically in areas, for the formulations. And we learned this through all of the work that we did for years in livestock. So that's pretty amazing. But people always ask the question, do these work immediately? Do they, I've got this problem, I've got that. And so over the years, I've spoken to people with all different kinds of issues. And the only thing that I can say to you is, if you've got something that you can't find out in a video that I've done or whatever, don't hesitate to call us, because even though we're busy and we've got a lot of stuff going on, I'm still very much in touch with our customers, and always will be, because you're my heart and my soul, and so are these products. And I learned from you, and it's important that we help everybody, and understand. And Scott, you made this comment when I was speaking to you recently, and you said, this is just such a level up,
Oh yeah.
right? It's a level of clean that you've never experienced before that you cannot get. I mean, it's not your fault. I mean, if you're using natural products, you're using vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, essential oil, colloidal silver, tea tree, whatever it may be, and you've had some good results, but never really gotten to the point where you've seen something major happen or really felt something shift. I think that's what you get with our products, and why I brought that up, that you said that, because that really is, they're different. They're just very different. Your mouth feels different. Your home, when you clean with it, feels different. When you put it on your body or you spray it as deodorant or whatever it may be, there's a shift change, and it's not miraculous and it's not rocket science. It's just that you've now done something very good for yourself by letting the probiotics do their job for you.
Well, it's a
Like, just
completely different approach. I mean, it's a radically different approach. I mean, I'm a dude. I'm not gonna cheerlead a cleaning product. I barely even think about it. You know, is there poison in it? That's all I want to know. No, does it smell okay? It smells okay. All right. That's as far as I go. But it's a completely different approach. And I just, where's it been my whole life? You know, I want to send this to family members and everything because it's just that radical of a change.
Yeah,
So
we never thought we'd be doing this, but when we started doing the show, we of course we want to interview interesting people, and then as you get further in, and now it's over 6 months, you get to know other people that interview people like yourself, and then you're just like, what can we do? Because we talk about all kinds of stuff on this show, and we don't want to be
we do.
limited, and some people resonate with our health stream shows and some don't. It doesn't matter to us, but we just want to bring the most unique information, the best products, because there's everything's been repressed in this world. We've been lied to about everything, and so the more we get to know people that are also looking for that information, the more like the frequencies spread, and like minds attract. And so that's why we're doing this. I never thought we'd be kind of doing Joe and Scott's QVS for,
No, it's not.
for
We have the coolest. I don't know if you know this, but we actually have the coolest audience on the internet.
I do know
People are
that.
awake, and yeah, they're just it. How can we not share stuff like that?
Yeah, the feedback we get. We'll have truthers reach out to us, and we'll have people that reach out to them, and it's the comments. And so people, please feel free to leave comments. And
we love the comments.
Yeah, especially if you bought last time I was on, and this will be the last time that it won't be the last time I'm on, but the last time that we're offering the 20% off of everything we have just for you guys.
Oh,
so
that's cool to do that again.
Yeah, and the code will be below, but it costs us. I'm just being honest. Like, our products are not expensive. I've kept them that way. I don't gouge people because I want everybody to be able to afford these. And in keeping with that, when we do a 20% discount, it's a steep discount for us. I mean, it really is. So I'm dedicated to this, and I want to help your audience so that they can take advantage of this. And if you did buy last time, please share your experience so far, with our company, with the products, and people. I know that's important for people to know and people to hear. And you can read the reviews on our site. And I don't, what's amazing to me, and people probably think that I like forge these things, but I had like 20 or 25 reviews to approve so that they could post. And every single one was 5 stars. And I'm like, nobody's going to believe me on this. Like, and the only reason we've ever gotten a 4-star is because they're like, oh, my safety seal was not on there or something like that. Like, it wasn't even about that, but I love the product,
Right.
So, we're not perfect. Sometimes safety seals are missing, and that's our manufacturer, and I'm sorry, but it doesn't affect the efficacy of the product. It's just happens to be missing. But I don't I love feedback. I don't care what you want to say. Just say it, because we can't get better if we don't know what you're thinking. And
Right.
we've improved products actually, and I just upgraded the labels, so we'll have kind of an upgraded new look going forward in a few weeks. But we changed the directions to a couple things a little bit. We tweak them so they're more user friendly for people. And that came from customer feedback. So we
Right.
love that.
A quick question. Has there been challenge? Because I know that there's certain countries like, my family, I have family in New Zealand, and there was some kind of rules or regulations that they're not allowing natural products into the country. Is there any challenges you've run into in countries that they just, I mean, please feel free to expand.
Is my name Heather?
Mm.
Yeah. So, I mean, my God, it's still so 3D. Like you cannot believe the deep state. I mean, I think the white hats are in control, but apparently not in customs. So, um, in Pakistan, we've been trying to I ship products to the orphanage there that was started after the flood, and the wonderful man that founded it is beside himself because they're trying to extort $600 for him to get the products, and we've already cleared like everything was in line with the shipping and customs and everything. So he hasn't gotten the products for the kids. It's been a month and a half now, and he's just in tears. So if there's anybody in Pakistan, I know you guys have a friend that you reached out to um, on our behalf, but really, we'll take any help we can get to get these products to the kids. And this isn't about notoriety or anything else. I don't care if they ever do anything on social media. I just want these kids to have healthy products. And that's absolutely the goal of the guy that owns it. The New Zealand issue um, is really irritating because there's a string of emails that we've had with a customer that is in tears because she wants her products, and the officials there want all of our trade secrets. So they want to know exactly, we have simple ingredients. We have EPA and FDA GRAS probiotics. They are approved. Well, we know what the 3-letter H is, but anyway, but we also know from our studies. Anyway, they are safe probiotics, good bacteria, and organic vanilla, organic glycerin, organic spearmint, and organic coconut detergent that is the non-allergenic kind and safe. That's all and we have naturally occurring enzymes also, but they're simple. We don't have a lot of ingredients in our products. Even with that, they still will not let them into the country. We can go to Saudi Arabia, we can go to England, we can go to Switzerland, we can go to Guam, I mean, we ship all over the world, but they, in particular, New Zealand and Pakistan, have been the worst for us. We weren't cleared for Australia for the longest time, and now we're able to get products into Australia, but we couldn't ship there either.
What about
Wow.
Canada? We have a lot of
Canada's fine.
Canadian. Okay,
Okay.
good.
Canada's fine. We have a big presence in Canada, actually. We ship a
Great.
lot of product to Canada. I think I understand that the borders open again. It Queen, what was her name? Queen.
Oh,
Do you know about this?
you mean the Canadian borders open?
Yeah, so Queen, she's got a really interesting name, but she's a white hat,
Oh, I've
And
heard. I who you're
then
talking
she
about.
took
I,
I
over in
haven't. No.
Canada and went and wiped out all the
Nope.
vaccines, collected them from every doctor everywhere, and then stopped the quarantine, stopped the masks, everything. And I believe I correct me because I don't know for sure, but I had heard with this and read with this that she opened up the borders.
If you can send me any links you've got to that, that's
Yeah, this is
fascinating.
breaking.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
I will.
stay
I'll.
away from Canada.
I feel like Benjamin Fulford put this out or something. I don't know why.
Right.
But anyway, I saw something on that, and I'll have to go back through my emails and see if I can find it. But the other thing is that I was talking to you before the show, and actually, this has to do with some things that we're working on right now. So I'm going to mention it. The um, state of Florida just issued a day ago a warning about the vaccine and warned everybody that has gotten it that there are severe side effects that are happening, that they have logged, that more research is necessary right now, but big, huge caution, saying that they do not want any more vaccinations in the state of Florida, um, based upon this. So this is the domino.
Yeah.
This is the domino, and I think other states are going to follow. But one of the things that they talked about as a side effect is blood clots. And we know that this is true, that people are dropping dead. And quite frankly, I've got to get on flights. You guys have to get on flights. And we know that a lot of the pilots are boosted up the wazoo. God forbid something should happen in air or the flight attendants or whatever. So there is a group of flight attendants right now. The attorney that is um, defending the January 6th people, as well as it's some other case, but he's got three different pockets of what he's defending. And one of them is a bunch of flight attendants who tried to get religious exemption, um, to not take the jab, and then actually ended up getting fired ultimately. So now they're suing the airline, and I think a lot of people are going to start suing the airline. But the thing is that I always think about is the legal system is a mess. So what kind of judge are you going to get, and where? Forget it in California, maybe even in Seattle. I don't know, but if you're in a certain state, then you might not get your outcome that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, the blood clots, going back to the blood clots, they in, I guess, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, we'll say 4 weeks, we should be coming out with a nutraceutical, and we partnered up with Mel on this, and my buddy Randy, and it dissolves blood clots naturally in 5 to 6 hours.
It's amazing.
Wow.
It
You're gonna come on
has,
the show and talk about it, right? When it,
we'll talk about it. And I'm just getting people excited about it now because
yeah.
it has a high level of K2 in it also. And K2 with D3 is a magical combination. And it's hard to find K2. It's hard to source natural K2, and this has it, high levels of it. Additionally, it has Bacillus subtilis in it, which is a spore probiotic that acts as the catalyst for this product. The enzyme creates the enzyme. And that's actually, without divulging our secrets, that's one of the bacteria that's in our products. And so we're launching also in about 3 to 4 weeks our digestive water additive. And I mentioned that on the previous show. But the combination of the two products is going to be amazing because the live Bacillus subtilis, is going to further activate the enzyme in this
Oh, wow.
blood clot dissolver. So you can see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So it's a 1-2 punch. Like it's going to be truly amazing and easy to take together. So yeah, so that'll be
Sounds like
coming
preventive
out.
medicine too.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You see these clots that they're pulling out of people, and
Oh.
they're long, and they have
That doesn't even look like real.
no.
I mean, I know it's coming out of them, but
Mm.
it almost looks synthetic.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even
Kind of rubbery.
look like.
Yeah, like a special effects department put it
Yeah.
together. Yeah, it's creepy looking.
I would love to like get my hands on it to see what it is, you know, because my medical device background for 20 years, I work with arteries, I work with veins, and so I know what it's supposed to look like in there, just like any doctor would. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not saying that, but I mean, I'm in cases and I can see what it's supposed to look like. So
Yeah. Probably in your
it doesn't look like anything I've ever seen.
no, probably in the funeral home or around or a funeral home around your area.
I'm
But
wondering why wouldn't we be able to get some of these places, because that documentary took place. Why are they not actually taking those things and then dissecting them to see exactly what it is? I don't think they've even done that. They've just shown that it's coming out of the body, but I haven't seen anything where it's actually said, like, we dissected this and this is fibrin, or this is plaque, or this is, you know, thrombin. I mean, none of it.
not Heather, not everybody thinks like you do.
Well, you know, what was alarming initially was the presence of graphene oxide in the jab, but that there was something called hydrogel that sort of forms pathways for the graphene oxide to assemble in this type of matrix. And being a superconductor, it seems like you've got all the ingredients to have great influence over this material that's creating pathways in your body using your
Yep.
circulatory system. So I'm thinking it'd be interesting to see how much graphene oxide is present in those clots.
Yeah.
If it's formed a structure, you know what I'm saying, rather than just being.
Well, not only that, what if I mean, I don't know, maybe people know much better than I do, but I usually like to just kind of think out what does this mean? Like, is the graphene oxide actually like coagulating and forming a substance in the thrombin to create this structure, like almost a hard, harder structure
Well,
that's coming out.
graphene itself, at just one atom thick, it's freestanding on a 45-degree angle. That's how strong graphene is. It's a phenomenal
Wow.
substance, and it's just carbon. We're carbon. I mean, there's carbon everywhere,
Sure.
but it's this arrangement of carbon, this form of carbon.
Well, we're not anymore. We're crystalline now, but
Well, there you
yeah.
go. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's the strongest substance on Earth, arguably, probably. I mean, at one atom thick to be freestanding at 45 degrees. But who
So
knows?
we're not since we're in our enlightenment, we've gone from carbon to crystalline. That we lost our strength? Like, what's going on?
I wouldn't think so. No,
I don't think so. I think it's
no.
only gonna.
It depends on how the carbon is formed. You know, graphene oxide
Yeah.
or graphene.
I'm just joking. I'm really just joking. I think,
Yeah. Well, the
better off.
oxide part is the metallic addition to graphene, and that's, I think, where you get into. We need a whole separate show on that,
Yeah.
and I think we're at
Oh
about an
God,
hour anyway.
well, you know what? That goes hand in hand with something we might be doing 3 weeks from now. So that would be talking about more quantum energy and frequency and stuff like that, which I'll come back and we'll talk about. But I'm sorry we didn't get to see any of the slides. We'll have to save it for a later date and look at it. But hopefully we've given all of you enough things to think about as to why you would want to put good bacteria into every place you can possibly get it. And not just any good bacteria, the right good bacteria that actually, we didn't even get into the biofilm plaque part in depth, but that is your enemy. That's your biggest enemy that contributes to 80% of all disease and infections. So I assure you that every single one of our products actually goes to the microscopic level to eliminate that plaque. And by the way, that plaque is the food and shelter for all of the nasty little pathogens that and germs that you do not want. So we'll take care of that for you and we'll stop it from coming back. We just need you to use the products, get the probiotics in, create your healthy home biodome, and stay well and stay healthy. And that's the goal.
Well, there we go. Well, Heather, thank you so much for elevating our show and our listeners and informing them all about, you know, what it is that a lot of people don't even know this stuff. So once again, you know, we'll have the links, of course, below, and we have interviewed you before, and you did go into some of the biofilm in that interview. But where can people find you? And we'll tie this up with a bow and see you very soon after this. So please go ahead.
Well, we do have a YouTube channel under P2 Probiotic Power. Social media, we don't do a ton of social media. Quite frankly, I think you guys are also bombarded. I don't think you need to go searching for us there. You can find all the videos and stuff on the YouTube channel, but we also have a ton of videos on how to use the products, what they're about on our website, which is p2probioticpower.com. And that'll be in the link anyway. It'll get people over there for you. Please click on the link to go search us out. It helps these guys and helps you to not forget to use the 20% discount code that will be provided for you, because many of you did not use it last time and you're just wasting money. So definitely use it, please. And yeah, and you can also find me on Mel Carmine, on Nicholas Benyamin, been on there too. And you know, really, you guys are so important for everybody. You created the platform for people like me that have stayed under the radar, try not to get killed and and everything. And well, now that's too late. But anyway, I'm very appreciative and grateful. So thank you very, very much.
Well, we're grateful to you and for these fantastic products. I can't say enough good things about them. You got to give this stuff a try. It's a game changer for sure. So thank
Like
you.
I said, I did not pay for this advertisement. So
And we don't do advertisements. This is just about sharing something really, really special.
Yeah.
So thank
yeah, I know I forgot to hit the record button on my side. So you guys might need to send it to me
We'll
and
send
we'll
it
put
to
it
you.
up.
you. No
All right.
problem.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank
Thanks
you,
so much.
everybody. Lots of love and light. Thank you.